before the break, we learned about a program that allows people with disabilities and special needs to go to camp and experience all that fun that comes along with it.
Now, even outside of camp, kids with special needs on Delmarva are getting opportunities to do what all the other kids do. Joining us to tell us more about it is WBOC Sports Director Scott Abraham. Thanks for coming in.
Good afternoon.
Good to have you
see
here.
you, Jimmy and Lisa.
Hi.
You're in your territory
You're
today.
in our territory. So, Unified Sports, what is that?
Well, it started because of the 2008 Maryland Sports Equity Act, and it started in Wicomico County in 2009. Basically, Unified Sports is you take a young man or young woman with special needs, and you pair them with a everyday student athlete that plays varsity sports at the varsity level for high school. In the fall, they have tennis. In the winter, they have weightlifting, and in the spring, they have bocce ball. And I had the pleasure of covering one of their big events, their big tournaments at Wicomico County Stadium in Salisbury for their bocce tournament. And let me just tell you, it was one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had. It was amazing watching these young men and women compete and just have a good time.
Right.
And who participates in this?
Usually it's high school level student athletes and special needs student athletes, and they started this program because usually special needs student athletes can't play at the varsity level, so this is kind of the inclusion process of making them feel a part of something, being a part of a team, and mingling and getting to know everyday student athletes that they wouldn't ordinarily hang out with or spend time with during the actual school day.
So they really do try to mirror what really happens in, I guess you'd say, the regular sports program.
Exactly. They have uniforms, they have practices, there's some travel. So, it's not just in Wicomico County. This is statewide. This is a statewide competition. The tournament I went to was a regional competition. Then they competed at the state level. So they compete against, student athletes, all across the state. And they're a team. So it's a special needs student athlete with an everyday student athlete at the varsity level. So they're actually competing against other schools across the state.
It sounds like it really does a lot for the special needs athletes.
It's amazing. The smiles and the laughter you see from these young men and women's faces is just priceless. And I was able to talk to a young man named Lincoln Busek of Wicomico High School. Just amazing, full of life. You got to listen to what he has to say.
People can look under the stereotypes, look under the pain of what people really feel with disabilities, and I love that feeling. That I can look at one of my teammates right now and say, he does not look at me as a person with disability, he looks at me like a person. I love that feeling.
He's really excited about this, isn't he?
Powerful. He's passion, and I think that's the one word I take away from this whole experience is the passion these student athletes and these young men and women have for life. I mean, they know they have a disability, but it doesn't prevent them from enjoying life and being a part of something you and I can enjoy every day, and they just feel like they're a part of something special.
It's not about the win.
Not at all. Nope. And you'll find that out in my story that there's a winning aspect, but there's a whole much more to the story.
Unified Sports on Delmarva. You want to catch it tonight on WBOC News at 10 on Fox 21. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing that. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, there are very few places on earth where you can see wild horses roam freely. One of them right here on Delmarva, but keeping the balance between human, animal, and land is a tricky one, especially since so many people make the trip here to see the horses in person. We'll learn how that balance is kept.
A balanced day may come down to your breakfast, and if eggs are on the menu, Rachel Ray has a handy how-to tip to make it simple. Delmarva Life will be right back.